Welcome back to the Marriagepreneur podcast, a space where faith meets partnership, purpose meets strategy, and legacy becomes a lifestyle. I am your host, Lakeisha B. Taylor Alston, and today we're asking of the question that every couple, every future spouse, and every purpose-driven partner needs to consider. Do you have the marriage mindset? Not just do you want to be married, not just do you love your spouse, not do you just want companionship, but do you have the mindset required to build, sustain, and thrive in marriage? So let's get into it. A marriage mindset is not about the wedding. It's not about the aesthetics. It's not about these Instagram moments that we see a lot. A marriage mindset is a way of thinking, a way of loving, and a way of showing that honors the covenant. I said covenant that you're in. A marriage mindset says we're a team. We solve problems together. We communicate with intention. We protect our unity. We build legacy and not just memories. So the mindset is rooted in commitment, communication, compassion, and collaboration. And it's always, as I say, it's not about perfection. It's about partnership. And you may be asking yourself, why is Lakeisha asking married people or people who want to be married about a marriage mindset? Well, unfortunately, people do get married just to have a big celebration sometimes. Some people get married without doing pre-counseling work and find out later in a marriage that they haven't addressed some key issues that would strengthen the relationship as well as could break the relationship apart. It's about thinking about we, and you have to know all of these things at the core. You should know. Let me say you should know all of these things before you enter your marriage covenant. A covenant, which is a contract which we should be honored by God, because God has brought us together. But maybe you don't feel even that part in your marriage covenant or agreement. And if you do, you need to possibly take some time, or I advise you to take some time to consider those things, remain prayerful, and be prayerful about it. But most people that I'm talking to are the people who are looking for purpose-driven partnerships, who want more than just a best friend to marry or companionship. They're looking for a lot more. So the question again is, do you have this marriage mindset to be a marriagepreneur? Let's talk about the signs. Again, number one, you think we, not just me. Your decisions are you're considerate of your spouse, your home, and your future. Number two, you prioritize communication over comfort. You're willing to have the hard conversations because connections matter more than convenience. Number three, you protect your unity. You don't let outsiders' opinions or distractions interfere with your partnership. Number four, you value growth. You're committed to becoming a better version of yourself, not just for you, but for your marriage. Number five, you see conflict as an opportunity. I like to just repeat that for a moment. You see conflicts in your marriage as an opportunity, and it's not always easy to get through when you have disagreements and conflicts, but you see it's not a threat to you, and it's not a battle. You certainly shouldn't feel insecure in these moments in your relationship, but a chance to understand each other more deeply is hopefully what you are gravitating to. And last, you're legacy minded. You're thinking about what are you building, not just what you are experiencing. If this resonates with you, you're already cultivating a marriage mindset. Now, here's some signs that you may not have it yet. Whether you've already taken the step to marriage or in a marriage, this is a time for you to reset and check your mindset. Signs you may still be developing a marriage mindset is that, number one, you're prioritizing winning over understanding. It's your goal to be right instead of being connected. That's not a marriage mindset. In those moments, even recently, when I have conversations with my husband, when I want to take the time and make sure he's not just hearing me, but understanding me. And oftentimes what we do for each other is we say, listen, I need your attention. I need a moment. I need you to check in softly, gently, so we understand that we're trying to achieve understanding here and not just whether I'm right or he's right. You operate independently. Marriage requires interdependence, not isolation. So that's why connecting, date nights, things like that are important, because you want to stay connected as a couple, at the same time having your own hobbies, interests, or even roles, especially if you're in a marriagepreneurship running the same business. It's always good to have the outlet. Family is also a great option too. You avoid vulnerability. Number 3, a marriage mindset requires openness, honesty, and emotional availability. 4, you keep score. Marriage is not a competition. The scorekeeping, it destroys the intimacy. So please be careful with that. 5, you expect your spouse to read your mind. Healthy marriages require clear communication, not assumptions. And number 6, you see your spouse as the problem. A marriage mindset sees the problem as the problem, not the person. And listen, none of this is about shame. It's about growth. It's about awareness. It's about becoming the partner you desire to be. And just to touch on that last one, you see your spouse as the problem. When we are going through conflict or having arguments, and we try to say the word argument, not fighting, but when you're at disagreeable moments in your marriage, try not to shift the blame on the other person personally. Refrain from personal attacks. You can work through your matters as long as you, at the core, remember the reason why you're together in the first place, the reason why you fell in love in the first place, the reason why you wanted to be married in the first place. Keep those at the core and the center of your communication, and I believe that you can get through those difficult times. So how to develop a marriage mindset? We want to talk about cultivating a mind, because it's not always automatic, but it should be intentional. Just as I was saying, number 1, strengthening your spiritual foundation. Marriage is spiritual. You need God at the center, not ego, not fear, not pride. Number 2, practice emotional intelligence. What does that mean? That means listening and hearing. Learn how to pause, especially if you're running a business together, or if you're entrepreneurial, or you just have busy life. A lot of times you can be passing each other in the day, just going to bed, waking up, starting over again. So learn how to pause again and do that check-in. Learn not to just respond, or to respond, not just react. Learn how to respond, not just react. And I mean emotionally react. Number 3, build your communication skills. Healthy communication is the oxygen of marriage. Number 4, prioritize quality time. Connection doesn't happen by accident. It happens with intention. 5, embrace the teamwork. You're not opponents, you're partners, you're builders, you're legacy makers. Number 6, heal individually. I love this. If you didn't do the self-work before you married, it's never too late to do the self-work in your marriage. Counseling always doesn't have to mean something negative. It could be counseling. It could be coaching, life coaching. There are certain things that can help you heal through maybe things that in your past or in your family or in your upbringing that you need to deal with. Those things trickle or can trickle into your marriage. So you want to work on those things individually. And finally, number 7, create a shared vision. A marriage mindset thrives when both partners know what they are building. So why does all of this matter? Here's the beautiful truth. A marriage mindset doesn't just strengthen your relationship, it strengthens your purpose. Because when your marriage is aligned, you communicate better, you build better, you dream bigger, you love deeper, You create legacy intentionally. A marriage mindset is the foundation for a thriving home, a thriving business, and a thriving future. So as you move through this week, I want you to ask yourself, do I have the marriage mindset? And if not, am I willing, meaning are you willing to develop one? Because your mindset determines your marriage and your marriage experience. Your marriage determines your legacy, and your legacy determines the generations that come after you. Thank you for joining me today. If this episode has blessed you, please share it with someone who's ready to grow in love, purpose, and partnership. And don't forget to subscribe to The Marriagepreneurs. You can find us at www.themarriagepreneurs.com. And you don't ever have to miss an episode. We're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Until next time, keep building, keep believing, keep blossoming into everything God has called you to be.